Hello and good day. Welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. My name is Pamela.
I'm Tim.
And we are from supergoodcamping.com. We're here because we're on a mission to inspire other people to get outside and enjoy camping adventures such as we have as a family. Today's guests are the creators, organizers, and just everything, managers of a brand new Adventure Expo here in Southern Ontario. We have so much to talk about. We're going to get right to it. Please welcome Jason Machado and Breton Kennedy from the Hamilton Adventure Expo. Yay, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thanks for coming out, man. This is
Sunday morning early.
early Sunday morning, but I don't care. I'm so excited. I love the outdoor adventure things. So the fact that I get to go and I'm going to now hang out in January, the 25th is the show.
Yeah,
it's the
January
Saturday.
25th. I'm going to go hang out with all the people that I spend so much time virtually with.
Yeah, cool. You get to see them all in person, all in one spot, right?
I know it's going to be awesome. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start with what is the Hamilton Adventure Expo? Like what it's different from any other adventure show that I'm used to. So explain the difference of that.
Okay, so what we wanted to do was create a show that we would want to go see ourselves as guests. So what we tried to do is get a really distilled version of an outdoor show. We wanted to have it close to us, which is why we did it in Hamilton. It's taking place this year at the Ancaster Fairgrounds. It's really close to us. We feel like it's an underserved market. Any show that we've gone to, we've had to drive to. So this one is nice and close, really close to home. It's a really distilled show. So we've got all the vendors that we've selected for this are really all part of one kind of unified vision of outdoor adventure, bushcraft, canoeing, kayaking, exploration, without any adulteration. So we wanted to have it smaller, more intimate, without any of the kind of like fluff that you might get somewhere else. And most importantly, whoever we're fans of, we wanted to contact them first, which is where we started. We started right at the top with our guest speakers lineup. Reached out to some guest speakers. We're honestly surprised that we got responses from a lot of them. And they signed up, said yes. So we were off to the races from that point on. Once we got our guest speaker lineup confirmed, then we started reaching out to vendors that we were fans of, retailers that we liked, manufacturers that we liked, and they started saying yes. So we're excited.
Yeah. Well, and is it kind of Canadian themed, or it could be
it's
American
Ontario
as well?
themed?
Yeah, it's Ontario themed. No big corporations are involved.
Yeah,
they're all local makers or local businesses, in and around Southern Ontario. I mean, we're definitely open to other Canadian businesses, but we really put the focus on Southern Ontario businesses.
Awesome.
Ontario is so amazing, right? Like you're exploring Ontario as well, and I think that just honing in on Ontario, there's so much to cover here, and so many small businesses that deserve to be represented.
Yeah, I absolutely agreed. We've had a handful of people that have said, "So, are you going to expand the podcast? Are you going to go other places, like people from other places?" Like, sure, I'm certainly not adverse to it, but do you have any idea how many? Like it's an absolutely ridiculous amount of adventurers just here in Ontario. Like
Exactly.
we could do 7 years of podcasts without going outside of outside of Ontario for sure. But it's crazy. Which is awesome. I mean,
yeah, we have abundance of talent here, not only in the retail space of people that are selling products or designing them here in Ontario, but local services and authors, outdoor influencers. There's so much going on here in Ontario that you could fill up your entire roster for the year without having to call anyone outside of the province.
Yeah, and that's even if you only got like a tenth of the people got back to you, but it's still a full season. So absolutely.
The outdoor adventure community in Ontario also seems very generous with their time and with their willingness,
availability. Yeah.
So I mean, we've been so honored with people that would just show up for us as far as doing a podcast and talking with us, spending their time with us.
Yeah, everyone's been so amazing, honestly.
Yeah, everyone's been receptive to not only just participating, but to also supporting the show as well, which kind of lends back to the idea of the outdoor philosophy is all about kind of sharing the experience and kind of passing it down, passing it along, so that it doesn't just go away, it doesn't die, right? If anything, I feel like it's really growing now. I feel like we've seen it kind of mature into this, bigger space that we can start calling people up and making a show, because we didn't have any experience with this type of show prior to this, right? This is a first foray for us, so we're pretty impressed as to the turnout of interest so far.
Well, I'm surprised you guys haven't had something like this prior, because driving down, our youngest is at university in Brantford. So driving down past, through the escarpment around past Hamilton, it's so gorgeous down there as far as the outdoor landscape. It's just beautiful. So I'm really surprised that you guys haven't had much more in terms of an expo already, or outdoor adventure shows.
Yeah, it's wild. We have like over 100 waterfalls here, endless hiking trails, Bruce trails everywhere. And we have lots of organizations here too, like Bruce Trail Conservancies here. And we're surprised too. I think it's a really underserved market. So we're glad to be tapping into that.
It must have been underserved because the fact that, we were just able to pick up the phone or send off a couple of emails and get some great responses back, I think kind of proves that the area was in need. So we're excited to be the ones to do it.
It is. Well, I mean, I don't know what the right term is. We are very thankful to live in Toronto, because this is where that stuff happens, right? So I don't have to drive 3 hours to go out to London or Guelph or whatever for a winter camping symposium or something like that.
Right.
And that's often a pain point, at least even for us. I mean, being here in Hamilton, Toronto's not that far away, but making the trek down the 403 or, down the 401, you have to ask yourself, do we really want to go to this thing? Whether it be like a concert or something, like a speaking engagement, which is why we kind of wanted to do something on this side of Toronto, serve London, Cambridge, Kitchener-Waterloo, Brantford, Niagara region. They can pop right in. They can see a whole host of great presenters, great speakers, great musical acts, and see some amazing vendors and can plan what their 2025 spring and summer is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start sort of with vendors. I know you've got a whack of them. I don't know. Tell me some highlights of some of the cool ones that you've got happening.
Well, we've had we started with, just talking to some people that we knew that were vendors, right? So just personal relationships. So we thought, hey, listen, if we tried this, would you be on board? Would you say yeah? And we got some yeses right away. So that kind of started the ball. So special shout out to Aaron at Kayak Ontario, who we kind of pitched the idea. We had nothing in place.
Yeah, it didn't exist.
It didn't exist. It was just a concept. And he said, yeah, if you're doing it, sign me up. Yeah. So that was like, okay, so we can start there.
Then the ball started rolling, and then Greg over at Organic Boat Shop, we met up with him. We met him in person, and we pitched the idea, and he's like, where do I sign?
Where do I sign?
So it was
hold on,
like,
Greg. So
the instant support definitely lit a fire under this, for sure.
For sure.
And to touch on just some other people like Karina, Alexis, we had a phone call at the very, very beginning, her and I. We chatted for like 45 minutes about this, and she became like really like just an ambassador for the show. She really helped get this going as well. So like we were talking about, there's just so much support in the Ontario community, and we're really grateful for that, for sure.
But in terms of our vendors, so we started really with Aaron and then Greg at Organic Boat Shop. We like our preferred pastime is kayaking, getting on the water. So there's definitely a lean in this direction for this year in that regard, because that's where our interest is. That's where most of our network is. And we did definitely try to reach out to get more vendors in different outdoors directions. But there's definitely a lean this year. Next year, we're planning on obviously doing this next year again. We can have like a whole paddle sports section just dedicated to those vendors. But yeah, so we got a lot of great local businesses, people that are, artisans that are making products with their own hands. I think that's what we're really excited about. A lot of these businesses are smaller in scale, and the product that you buy, the makers are making the products with their own hands. Which is a big focus for us. That was when we first sat down and kind of spitball the idea with each other. That was one of the things that came up, that we wanted to encourage those types of businesses.
Cool. Well, I'll interject a little bit before we get to the guest speakers. What made you go, yeah, this is a massive undertaking. Sign me up. Well, I feel like I don't have enough going on in my life.
Oh man. So I'm a small business owner myself and with a very full schedule. And my background is actually corporate event management. So I did that for well over a decade. But then I've started my own business about coming on 6 years now. So I have the experience. And we had just gone to a few different trade shows, like different theme trade shows. And we were just sitting around having coffee and we're like, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just see how
Thursday.
it goes?
It was a Thursday morning. Every Thursday morning,
we
have our coffee together in the living room before we go off and go to work. And the weekend prior, we had gone to a trade show where we had to make a drive for it.
Yeah.
And we started saying to each other, "What if this was here? Like, do you think we could do this ourselves?" And immediately, Breton, with the utmost confidence in herself, "I could definitely do that," is what she said. Okay, all right, I'll pick up the phone. So that's how it started. I mean, I wasn't sure whether it was going to get to this point. You know, we were from my perspective, I was just exploring the idea of it. You know, is this even feasible? But in Breton's mindset, she was already there.
I was at the finish line.
Yeah, she was at the finish line already. So yeah, and I have to give her all the credit in the world, because without her, this would.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this would not be anything. I'm just out here to, you know, help out, I guess, because she's really
amazing too.
She's really the impetus for this. She's the brain behind it all.
I know that. I know.
Yeah,
That's like how the podcast started. It's like, hey,
yeah, exactly.
you're into camping. Why don't we do a podcast?
Sure, and here we are. Cool. I still want to get to the music. Tell us, who do you have for guest speakers?
Oh my God, we have so many. We're so lucky this year. Okay, so off the hop, we've got Adam Schultz, of course. Everyone knows who Adam is. Karina Alexis, amazing since the beginning, so helpful. Tori Baird, of course. Then we have Amanda Nelson. She's actually an ultra runner out this way, just a machine of a woman, just incredible. She recently ran, I'm going to get this wrong because it's off the top of my head, 60 hours over 400 kilometers. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The brain doesn't compute.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
It's
when she told me
wild.
that, I said, this has to be, there's no way this is
can't.
possible. But yeah, indeed, she's, yeah.
Just amazing. Yeah. And then we have Jesse Thistle, who he's actually my cousin, and he is a renowned author from the ashes. He just broke 250,000 sales of his book. He's also a historian, so we really wanted to get him in there from that angle. He's talking about the Canadian canoe routes. I'm actually really excited for that.
Canadian waterways, and the
trade routes.
Yeah, the trade routes and the first highways of Canada. So he's going to be doing a speaking engagement on that. So I'm most excited for that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool. Fantastic. And then we just added Kevin Callan.
Yay.
Good old Uncle Kevin.
So it's just a stellar lineup. We really focused on like, who would we want to see?
Yeah.
And that's really what we based this on.
Yeah. Who would we want to see? And those are the people that we reached out to. And then they started saying, yeah. So it was incredible. So there's definitely a sense of imposter syndrome for sure, because we're fans of all of these folks. And then before you know it, you're communicating over the phone and over email. And you went from just being a fan to, you know, trying to nail down some dates. So it's truly bizarre. But we're excited. We're excited to have them. And it's going to be, it's the full lineup taking place over, you know, the course of the day. So the way that the space is set up, you know, I imagine the room is, you know, in thirds. Two-thirds are going to be all the vendor spaces, and then the other third we're going to have like a partition wall, and people can go in, and it'll be a different vibe, different feel, and that's where the presenters are going to be.
Yeah, we wanted to create like a really intimate environment where people can do like Q&As, meet them, get their books signed, things like that. And I want it to be really focused so that they're the main event kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we also really want to take a focus on females in the outdoor space too. So we've really, it's like 50-50 men to women on the stage, which was really an important perspective, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's weirdly, when I was looking through the website to see to see all the things, I spotted that it was about a 50-50 split, and I went, that's awesome, because we're recording an episode with Tori this coming Thursday, and
cool.
It's a thing for me to make sure that I reach out and try to bring women are underserved in the community. It's not that they aren't out there doing the things; they're just I don't want to be that guy, but it's a male dominated sport. They're the ones that get all the vision. They're the ones that get all the recognition, and yet the ladies are doing, their own thing, and despite the
Adversity?
that's it. Thank you. Wow.
They're
Yeah.
under-recognized
Yeah.
and underappreciated and don't get the limelight as much as the dudes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So same
And I
same
still
deal.
think I was going to say, I still think there's a little bit of sort of a toxic environment in camping. Like as a woman, like I don't see it as much anymore, admittedly, but you still run across it where they think, you can't do it. You're a woman. You can't portage. You can't backpack. You
The
can't do
idea of
these things.
the guys trip.
Yeah.
Right? So
I think we need to just smash through that and show that women are just as capable, if not more, in a
If
lot
not
of these
more
spaces.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think-
absolutely.
I think Camper Christina and Chris Proust would like to have a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was a really important focus for us from the beginning, for sure.
Well, I'm glad that that's a thing for you. There's a couple of other things going on that aren't necessarily inside the hall. There are extra events outside. Fill us in on that.
So we wanted the whole day to be interactive, and all of our speakers are throughout the day. And I feel like a lot of people are going to stay for all of them. So we're like, we want to make sure that the whole show is entertaining, right? Yeah, same. Well, I'm working, but so we want to create an environment that's like fun. Yeah, I have to, but I would anyway. So there's not like a speaker that I'd want to miss personally, and I feel like a lot of people might feel that way. So we've created a really interactive space. So outside we've got like actual bonfires, s'mores kits, food trucks. We have some artists coming in that are going to be like painting Ontario landscapes live. You can watch them do that. We have a kids art section. A friend of mine's like a forest school educator. She's coming in to do arts and crafts with the kids. So there's just really going to be stuff going on all day long.
And so as the presenters and music schedule is happening in one room, we also have planned, and we're going through it right now. We're talking to all the vendors to create a sub schedule. So while they're switching off or, things are transitioning over in the main presenters room, people can go pop back into the vendor space, and someone's doing, at Camp Kitchen, they're doing a cooking demo outside. So you can kind of see how their stove works, see a live demo take place. Hawkeye will be doing a presentation for kids on the birds of prey. So there'll be a totally separate second schedule that, you can either follow the main schedule, check that out, or pop over to the sub schedule and see what the vendors are doing. They're going to be having their own series of presentations throughout the day. So no one will ever be bored.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah. You can't be bored. It's really like a festival, which is why we promoted it. It's not just, a trade show. Trade show seems so dry and stuffy and seems so sterile and businessy.
Yeah.
It's like a festival, really.
Yeah. We're trying to create more of that space for sure. Jason used to be a musician in a band. I used to work in the music space, like doing concerts and shows and things like that. And we want to make it feel just like more like a concert, more like a show, like more exciting to be there all day.
Okay, so I am circling back to music now. So I saw a listing for a number of artists. How is that going to play out? Are they in the hall? Are they out bonfire area? Like, how is that?
We're not going to put them outside. We don't want to do that to them. So, so we're calling it the Campfire Music Sessions because we're going to kind of take the seminar stage, dim the lights, light a bunch of candles, project a campfire. And then we have these amazing local musicians coming in doing like acoustic sets. These are people that, are doing big shows in Hamilton. They're really fantastic musicians. We've got Marshall Veroni, Alex Mason, and Heather Valley on the stage throughout the day. It's just going to be this like really chill, cool vibe for people to like sit around and listen to some music.
And really dynamic. So as a speaker comes off, there'll be a little bit of a break. Artist will go on, perform some music, gives people a chance to kind of shuffle out, kind of plan which speaker they want to go to next, which musical act they want to go see next. So it's going to be very dynamic in that room. We are going for definitely a chill vibe, but it will be super dynamic. People coming in and out and waiting to see their favorite speaker or artist.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's different, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to spend the whole day.
That's the goal.
That's
we want
the goal.
people there
we want people all day.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty full day. Checking out vendors. You've got a handful of speakers that are fabulous presenters. So that's going to take up some time. Put some music in between. Go out to a bonfire. Check out some people doing cool paintings.
See a demonstration of something.
Yeah.
So see live demonstration. Get some grub. There's going to be some food vendors there. So
and
welcome.
walking.
I was going to say, people, like, we're going to have a wristband when you enter, and you can come and go. Like, if you want to go into Ancaster Village and go have lunch and come back, you can do that. Ancaster's a fantastic little town, great little restaurants. So go for a hike, come back, whatever you want to do.
And we really want it to be worth the while of the the vendors as well, right?
Yeah,
worth the drive to Ancaster.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, come check out Hamilton. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great spot. For most of our vendors, it's not too far from where they're at. We've even set up something for our vendors and our presenters the evening before the show, a networking opportunity for them to go either meet for the first time in person or, revisit, an old friend and really give them a chance to network pre-show. So that was something that we had discussed. So we were excited to get going as well. So
we're doing it at a brewery, and you should come. We'll send you an invite.
We'll send you an invite. Yeah,
absolutely.
You should come.
Okay. I have to get permission, but yes.
It'll be really cool because, again, we're really trying to focus on the fact that these are small businesses, and community is everything when you're a small business owner. And like, there's lots of opportunity for great collaborations, networking, marketing, like so many opportunities. So we really want to place the focus on the fact that this is a community event, both for the people attending and for the people vending and presenting. So it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be at the brewery, then everybody gets to meet and then go to the show the next day. So.
We really want to make it beyond the trade show, right? It's for us, it isn't a trade show. I know we have to market it as that. And when we were talking to the venue about booking the venue for it, that's what we told them we were doing, because it just made sense for them. But it really is far and away beyond that, from the opportunity to network prior to the show to the type of entertainment that we've got going on in 2 different streams. We really feel like it is an expo. It's an exposition. It's a festival for sure.
Well, this is a thing we've done with other adventure shows and gone and hung out and, had wings and beers and yacked with. So just to spin back for 3 years, probably, we were having a very extended yak with Chris and Julia Prowse. And one of it still sticks with me. Chris said, well, but it's great to hang with like-minded people. And that's exactly what the community is. Like, they're just, everybody's sort of in it for the same things. So to be able to sit around and just yak with them, and, we all do virtually through our social media stuff, but to actually meet them in person and go, yeah, you're the cool chick that I thought you were, it's
absolutely.
Good.
That's
good
what
fun
we
stuff.
want to create here.
So tickets went on sale on Friday, the 15th, right?
That's right.
Cool. How do people buy tickets?
Online. So through our website, hamiltonadventureexpo.com, you can just buy them through there. And there's also giveaways. So highly encourage you to do it in advance. Not only is it $5 cheaper than if you buy them at the door, but you get entered into 4 different prize draws. So the first prize is a $250 giveaway to Recreational Barrel Works, which is awesome. Should get you a good... Fantastic guy, by the way.
I have a big red barrel in my basement.
Oh, you got the red one. Okay,
That's good for the bears. You can really see it.
I'm not getting in, though.
We're not getting in. Yeah, that's the whole point. No, they're fantastic. They've been great to work with. And then the second prize, we have a Remora bag coming in from Bowman Gear. They're custom making one for whomever enters the giveaway, buying their ticket. And you can choose your colorway. And working with William is awesome. He's the coolest guy.
William's awesome.
He is. Yeah, he's been such like a big support of the show. We really appreciate him. The third one is you get $100 to spend at the show, however you want to do that. And then the fourth prize is you'll get Jesse Thistle's From the Ashes book, and then you can meet him and get him to sign it. So that's pretty cool too.
Sweet.
So those are all the benefits of buying tickets online at HamiltonAdventureExpo.com, and then also at the door as well.
Yeah.
So we're not really sure. So this is like on the back end. We're not really sure what to expect in terms of like online sales prior, and then how many people are going to be buying at the door. Maybe around 50-50. We've never done something like this before.
Yeah.
So we really want to get an idea of get numbers beforehand, so we really know how to prepare for the show. So people buying online, we want to incentivize that, so we have an idea of what to expect, and then maybe just double that for door sales.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, I would be. I plan way ahead. Like when Ontario Parks has that 5-month thing, I am ready to go at 5 months and 1 minute later, right? So.
Yeah, and we definitely
Alarm is set.
Yeah, we've definitely seen those. So people were buying right away. So people bought online. The marketing was working. People were buying online right away. And then folks like me, I'm the opposite. I'm the show up the day of and get a ticket at the door. So I have to expect that there's a lot of me's out there that are going to be showing up the day of.
A lot of me's.
And it is still like 77 days away, something like that.
So far it's been well subscribed. People have definitely been buying tickets. So we're excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the information's certainly out there. I spotted it, I'd like to think, fairly early on. And I honestly, I think it was probably Will from Bowman Gear mentioning it that went, what? Another show? Wait. So let me check my calendar. Very cool. Slightly off topic, but so the Ancaster Fairgrounds, is it a drive destination? Is there a way to do something approaching public transit to get there, kind of a deal, or?
Ancaster's lacking, so it's kind of in rural Ancaster, like towards the country, which definitely has its benefits, mind you, because the parking is easy, there's no traffic, and it's actually quite pretty.
And it's right off the highway.
Right off the highway. There's
immediately off. There's an exit there. So for anyone coming in from Brantford or London or coming the other way from Toronto, you're one exit right off the highway and you're immediately there. Yeah. So that's a huge advantage. Public transit, I think, for anyone who lives in Ancaster who's listening to this is going to know, notoriously bad for public transit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are excited about the venue. It's really good. It's really well located and a very pretty venue.
Yeah.
If you've seen the photos online.
It kind of has like a Canadian, almost like a Shelley vibe on the outside for sure. The inside, of course, looks like a vendor hall, but it is quite pretty. It's like nice big windows. Hopefully we get a sprinkling of snow, not too much.
Yeah.
End of January, we should.
So are you guys outdoor adventurers yourselves? Is that part of why you're?
Yeah, for sure. So that's really how this started, because we kept going to all these different types of shows and expos to get ideas of what we wanted to do in the coming season. Like I said, we like paddle sports. So for me, it started with canoeing, and then we've migrated into kayaking and camping. So we do the whole gambit. We go from super compressed down, like where we have like a small tents and small everything, and try to everything light, and try to carry on our backs, to the whole glamping setup. Yeah. So
winter camping, everything.
We do winter camping, so we kind of do it all. So that's why we wanted to create a show that we would want to go to ourselves, with the types of vendors that we like and some of the products that we use.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So kayaking, do you guys do backcountry camping with kayaks?
For sure. We love the touring. That's actually my favorite.
Awesome.
That's my favorite thing to do. So loading up the dry bags, stuffing them into the kayak, and then just going for several kilometers. This year we did the French River. The second time doing the French River, we did the Old Voyager Channel this year. So we started at Hartley Bay, went all the way down, and then came back to Hartley in a loop. That's one of the trips that we did. What else did we do this year?
We did so much.
We did so much.
I'm
it was insane.
blanking on what they all were. We went to Newfoundland. We went hiking in
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
We went hiking in Newfoundland this year. We went to Gros Morne, which, by the way, gorgeous. I love it. I love Newfoundland.
It was amazing.
Highly recommend. But last year, what did we do last year?
the year prior, we did Montana, Glacier National Park.
Glacier National Park in Montana. We hiked, did the Pennamak and Dawson Loop there. We kayaked the Saguenay Fjord. We did a nice
Oh my
section of the
God,
Saguenay
do that
Fjord.
one if you're a sea kayaker. Saguenay Fjords. We had beluga whales like playing with our boats. Out of control.
Amazing.
And every kilometer or so in the fjords, there's like a waterfall cascading and seals. It's like, you're like, am I in Canada? This can't be right? It looks like Norway. But we also do like just a lot of like regular old Crownland camping.
Crownland, stuff that's close by. Not everything is so epic, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the meat and potatoes of what we do is Crownland, call our friends. We've got a group chat with all of our little camping friends. So we just let them know, hey, Crownland next weekend. Yeah, sure. So we all kind of go on up. We've got our little spots that we can go to check out. So that's, So it's our favorite pastime. It's usually, what we're gearing up to do. If we're not camping or touring or something like that, then we're gearing up to be camping and touring. And now this has taken, all of our time. So we've got nothing planned.
We're literally like, okay, right away, week after the show, what are we doing? I'm like, okay, let's do Kill Bear. We're going to do Kill Bear.
Yeah, we'll probably go to Kill Bear.
If anyone wants to come, hit us up. We'll do some winter camping.
Post-show.
And our last trip, I guess, was Killarney. We did Killarney in late October.
Oh, yeah, that was our last trip. We did Killarney.
Whereabouts in Killarney? Like, sorry, I'm picturing lugging a kayak versus like our canoe is,
not fun, by the way, not fun.
So we do stay in the main campground, like George Lake, but we do day trips from there. We may do something different next year, but this year we went all the way to OSA with our kayaks, our sea kayaks, which was psychotic.
Like 18 feet long through the...
Oh my God.
No, thank you.
No, it was...
No. OSA Lake, yes, but the kayak part, no.
Wow. No, it was psychotic. It truly was. We were just like, why are we doing this? Because like even the bends, right? The boats are too long, so they're like hitting off of trees. Yeah.
But when you're on the water, it's not a problem.
Right.
Yeah, it's just in the trees.
What a totally different way to like. As soon as you started talking about that, it's like backcountry kayak. I think I'd be planning things way differently than I do.
Like a pack boat. That's nice for us.
Yeah,
pack boat for sure. Yeah, like river kayaking with a sea kayak is a lot easier when there's no portaging. But when you're going lake to lake, like
your Hartley Bay French River thing, that trip would be perfect. No problem.
Or Saguenay.
Or Saguenay. Just going a straight line, not a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into the interior is slightly different. It
was worth it though. It was like there was a lot of
we did it all as a day trip. So we went from George Lake all the way
and came back
to Freeland and to Killarney Lake to OSA and then back all in a day. I think it was like 23-ish kilometers, so something like that. And so it was, my back hurt after that.
Oh yeah. I had like a bruise on my shoulder. I'm like, why did we do this to ourselves? But and then we hiked Silver Peak too. Highly recommend that hike too. Amazing hike.
Yeah,
we've done the Crack. We haven't done Silver Peak. I looked at it once. One of the years we were in there and went. I don't know. I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
You could do it for sure if you like. Definitely. Oh my God, we saw this group of women on the trail. They were doing the Hola Klaus, and like, not joking, they were in their 70s. I was like, man, if I can be that when I'm in my 70s, that's incredible. Like full packs, just going for it. So anything's possible, right?
This is true. This is true.
That's it for us for today. Thank you so much to Jason and Breton from the Hamilton Adventure Expo. And their website is hamiltonadventureexpo.com. You can get tickets there and check them out on Instagram. And you can reach out to us anytime. We're on all the social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We would love you to subscribe there. And we're brand new on Blue Sky as of yesterday. And if you want to reach us, you can email us anytime. We're at hi@supergoodcamping.com. That's hi@supergoodcamping.com. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.